Today we will talk about XRP again because we had some pretty big news today that turned out to not be news at all. We had some posts online and some news outlets reporting that Blackrock had actually filed for an XRP ETF, which caused the price of XRP to increase from about 65 cents to about 75 cents in the span of just about, what's that, about 20 minutes or so. And then it came right back down as if nothing ever happened once a BlackRock employee came out and said that allegedly they have not actually filed for an XRP ETF. And we can look through this here, and I think this is still a hot topic, and a lot of people are either unknowing or undecided, or they're just trying to get engagement. But about 5 hours ago, we had some more quote-unquote confirmations that they had actually filed this, even though this one example might not have been right. Here is a VP at BlackRock about a year ago, I guess, that is talking about Quant, AVAX, ETH, XDC, and XRP, and that these are the types of projects that will really shine when the crypto market actually gets more clarity and adoption. And here is some more news from a couple hours ago, which they are again saying it's real. And then we have another example saying that it is not fake because two notarized witnesses and the grantor of it must sign, as well as the registered agents verifying the identity of the client before serving as their agent to actually file it, which is 100% true. All of these kinds of legal types of documents, a lot of them actually have to be signed off on by a notary, which is a pain in the butt, but that's just how it works. And I had some opinions on this. I think that it is another test by BlackRock to see what the immediate reaction would be by the crypto markets and by the crypto community. And I say, and I say again, because if you remember, they did the same thing with the Bitcoin ETF approval rumor back on October 16th. The price of Bitcoin went from about 27,900 all the way up to about 29,950 in the span of about half an hour or an hour or so, and then it went right back down on its normal trend line. They came out and said the exact same things. It's false, it's a rumor, it's a lie. They had employees go rogue trying to do some insider trading, but I don't believe any of that. And these guys are filing for Bitcoin ETFs, for Ethereum ETFs, all kinds of stuff. There is money that wants in. And I do think, to a certain extent, they are testing or proving out what the reactions and how much those reactions will actually make them in terms of a very quick return on investment, right? So the ISO goat had this same kind of a thing. We are supposed to believe that Blackrock XRP ETF filing is fake, but Robert Mitchnick, former Ripple employee, is the current head of digital assets over at BlackRock. Again, there's a lot of coincidences in this space that don't really seem to be like coincidences. And this all comes on the increased amount of news over the approval of the actual Bitcoin ETFs.
No days off for crypto investors. This weekend, Bitcoin topped $37,500, its highest level in 18 months. And the Bitcoin bull's enthusiasm is spilling over to altcoins, which are basically cryptos other than Bitcoin and Ether. Solana is one of them. Over just the past month, it has surged 164%. Polygon up 76%. Cardano and Polkadot have rocketed higher. They've been boosted over 50%. While Dogecoin, remember Shiba Inu? That one's up 34%. The fire under all of these, Bitcoin included, is being fed by belief, I stress belief, that the SEC's stamp of approval on a spot Bitcoin ETF might be days away. Let's bring in one of the wealthiest Bitcoin billionaires who's taken big bets on many of these. Joining me now on a Fox Business exclusive, Draper.
Okay, yeah, I'll continue.
Venture capitalist Tim Draper. Tim, this window for the SEC to greenlight one of the dozens of applications closes November 17th. Does the SEC pass or punt?
You know, I think the SEC allows it to happen. I think they realize that the U.S. is starting to fall behind in technological advancement around crypto and around Bitcoin. And I think we've lost a lot of our innovation because of the dark cloud that is.
And I can completely agree with all that. But that being said, I don't think that the SEC will approve anything within the next 3 or 4 days. I think that they will drag it out as long as they possibly can, because that is what they have done with everything else. Now here is Jeremy Hogan. He is saying that you can actually fake the formation of an XRP ETF trust. It is illegal, but it's actually very easy and just costs $500. You only need to file 2 documents attached, pay, and you get a placeholder online. So that could be exactly what we saw with these, which look very comparable, right? So I don't know. I mean, I think that there's things working in the background, obviously, but we won't know anything until it happens. And anyone who is trying to say otherwise doesn't really know. But I do want to actually highlight that there are some things out there. I got this from the Solidius Labs newsletter from June of 2023, and it's kind of an ad. But at the same time, it does say that 56% of crypto tokens since 2021 show evidence of insider trading. Who would have thought? Now, it does really only concentrate on ERC20 tokens just because there's tons and tons of them. And I'd say probably 99% of them are just a bunch of meme junk. And I completely agree with this, and I do think it's a way for some of the big people in who hold a lot of ETH to get out of ETH because they might be under some heat. And on that note, I looked up what are some signs that actually point to the crypto markets being manipulated, right? And of course, you won't really find anything with just a Google search on that, but I did find this from August of 2022, and in its example of pump and dump, it explains exactly what happened here. So in a traditional pump and dump, a manipulator spreads rumors about a token on social media, and a lot of buys drive up the price, sometimes triggering buying algorithms and bots until that person sells, causing the price to crash from the market pressure and from whatever rumor turned out to be false. Now, the problem with crypto is that these things get picked up by official news outlets pretty quickly, and even these news outlets pump this information out as well. So it looks, unless you're on top of everything, it looks as if it's actually a real thing.